Trying to learn Norwegian was a culture shock for me. It was really hard at first. I think I did okay at the beginning, but there are many mistakes that I made, let's just say, as I was learning Norwegian. It took me 6 months in the land in Norway to be able to understand and speak Norwegian fluently. I mean, that's pretty incredible, but still it was I wasn't perfect and my dialect wasn't very good, and people could tell I wasn't, from Norway, or they thought I was from a different part of Norway because there's so many dialects in Norway. But it was really hard to learn Norwegian. But once I learned it, after 6 months of studying, I could read it and speak it and understand it. But of course, there's still lots of words that I didn't know, and still lots of words now that I've forgotten. Once I learned it, I started dreaming in Norwegian. So after 6 months being in Norway, when I started dreaming in Norwegian, I was like, whoa, this is cool. And I was just totally amazed that I would have a dream talking to somebody in Norwegian and them talking back to me in Norwegian in my dream. And I woke up in the morning, I'm like, whoa, did I just dream that? Wow, that's incredible. And so when I got to that point, I felt pretty good. As I was speaking the language to people around different parts of Norway, different towns and cities, near the end of my 2 years that I was in Norway, I would talk to somebody and I was getting really good, but my dialect, I had been to so many different places, my dialect was kind of messed up. So when I was in one town and I'd start speaking, I had a little Oslo dialect, I had a little northern Norway dialect, I had a little southern Kristiansand dialect. And so those would come out in different sentences as I was speaking, and people would say, "What part of Norway are you from?" And so as I told them, "No, I'm American," they're like, "What? Oh, okay, that makes sense." But I had so many different dialects because I had been so many different places in Norway that it really, people were kind of confused and trying to figure out where I was from. And then when they asked me, they'd say, "Are you from this part of Norway? Are you from this part?" I'd be like, "Nope, I'm from Utah in Salt Lake City." And they're like, "Oh, okay." But I was impressed when they said that I spoke pretty good Norwegian, and they thought I was from Norway because I have a little Norwegian blood in me. My great-grandmother's from Norway, so I had a little bit of help, but not much. It was really hard.